my friends, for the next hour, we're going to be talking about all things border, all things sovereignty. We saw Friday illegal aliens at a Yankees game take over the field, run around with Mexican flags, chanting Mexico, Mexico. See, these illegal aliens, most of them, and I've seen the video shot by the Golden Gate Minutemen and others, but I've shot the video myself in Austin at these illegal alien rallies. They're wearing Aslan shirts, which means take over the U.S., turn it into a racial kingdom for Hispanics only. It's kind of like white supremacists saying they want their own land. Plan of San Diego, a plan to kill all whites. You know, we've got video of that and posted it on the web. A guy, protesting, the illegals protesting in Washington State and Seattle, and the cops with the illegals beat the guy up and take him to jail. That's in my film, Battle for the Republic. And this is a quick segment. We're going to come back from the break pretty much for the balance of the hour. Some stations don't carry this first segment, so I want to go to them then. And we're going to cover the amazing videos they've been getting of the illegal alien supporters beating up peaceful pro-America demonstrators. And then the San Francisco police actually arrested the hooligans. They've been charged with assault with a deadly weapon. They've got video, of course, of Congressman Stark saying, there's no problem with our border. There's no problem in Arizona. It's kind of like the video of Senator Reid saying there are no illegal aliens working in construction in Nevada. It turns out the Pew Research firm says it's double that of Arizona in Nevada, and that it's the highest average 36% of the construction workers in Nevada are illegal aliens. But for Congressman Stark, he just says there is no border problem, and Senator Reid says there are no illegals working in construction. It's their arrogant hatred of the people. And when you watch these Stark videos, and they've authorized us to play some clips of them coming up while they're on with us, I've never seen such incredible arrogance. And up at prisonplanet.com, Paul Watson has a article written about this today. Obama supporter Stark says feds can do anything. That's a quote. It's like that congressman out of Illinois a few months ago saying, I don't want to hear about the Constitution. I don't like the Constitution. I don't care about it. And he talks to his audiences like they're two. I mean, in fact, I talk faster to my 2-year-old daughter than he's like, oh, you're a Minuteman. You want some more guns to kill people. He talks like Sesame Street. And he's an arrogant sack of traitorous filth. But in this latest video, he says the federal government can do anything it wants and tell you anything. It's unlimited power. And why not? They butchered the entire Bill of Rights and Constitution. Meanwhile, Sheriff Babby, who was on with us 2 weeks ago, is in Cyber News Service saying our own government has become our enemy. Amen to that. It's been taken over by foreign banks, the Federal Reserve. They're looting us, and they're using the illegal aliens as an army to get this job done. Now, this just in, and it's on the local news, Fox 10, Arizona sheriff's head, Mexican drug cartels offer $1 million bounty for Arpaio. This isn't a joke, folks. They've killed tens of thousands of police in the last decade. Over 2,000 in the last year, most of it on the border, on the Mexican side. They kill police, their whole families. They kill U.S. Embassy staff a few months ago. They kidnap U.S. citizens. I mean, the Mexican mafia does not play games. And the media and the George Soros websites are making jokes about Arpaio. You know what? They gunned down one of these sheriffs, folks. I pray to God that doesn't happen. But it'll be just like the Alamo with Colonel Travis. You do that, it's going to be remember Goliad, remember the Alamo. It's going to be San Jacinto. This is a country for all Americans. I don't care what color you are, but if you want to say American school kids can't wear American flags in San Francisco and they get sent home, that's treason. If you want to say this is Mexico and only for brown people, that's racist garbage. And if you want to run around on the field waving Mexican flags, it shows where your alliances are. We'll be right back with our guest. Key info straight ahead.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Top headline at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. Obama supporter Congressman Stark, feds can do anything. That's a quote. He said it repeatedly. The video shot by great patriots is up at GoldenGateMinutemen.org, GoldenGateMinutemen.org. We're going to be playing clips of Stark saying, of course, a month or so ago, that there is no border problem. And we ought to pull up that Reed clip, too, for later when he told the press, oh, there's no illegal aliens working in construction in Nevada. Turns out they're the record state. And then the newest video where he says the feds can do anything they want and tell you to do anything. That's why they have the Compulsory Service Act introduced. These people want you to be their slaves. That's what collectivism is. We've seen it every case in history. We know what it is, okay? And the videos on the GoldenGateMinutemen.org, we've also got them posted and embedded, and Obama supporter Stark, feds can do anything, are incredible. I mean, this is real journalism. This is the reality. And they got the video of the folks out there with the Aslan shirts screaming all this racist stuff. Folks, imagine illegal aliens running around, taking over baseball games, waving Mexican flags, saying Mexico, saying go home pilgrims, when the Spanish that, you know, people of Mexico are from Europe too. Why would they want to say they want to make this Mexico when Mexico is a collapsed, failed state? Why are they so offended in San Francisco by the way, mainly Hispanic kids being sent home wearing American flag shirts? I mean, we're American people, regardless of what color you are, we're not the bad guys. We want to be Americans. America isn't perfect, but it's the best thing out there. I'll take our Bill of Rights, Constitution, Declaration of Independence over what Russia or China or Mexico or North Korea have got any day. And this is so incredible. So Steve Kemp and Sandi Jacobs are both our guests for the balance of the hour. Got a bunch of other serious border news. Arpaio's got $1 million bounty on his head. They're going to try to murder him. They murder police every day in Mexico. This is very serious. There's a murder hit out on Sheriff Babu. I mean, this is the intimidation. This is America falling, and the big corporations working with these illegals because they're pro-globalization North American Union. Steve Kemp, Sandi Jacobs, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning.
Where to start? Tell us from on the ground in San Francisco what you're facing, what you've witnessed, and then let's get into this Congressman Stark and who's got to win the Arrogance Award when he talks to everybody like they're 2 years old.
Well, as far as the May Day video?
All of it, yeah. I mean, just give us a report on whatever you think's most important.
Oh, well, we have a few sanctuary cities around here, the San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose, and other cities around the Bay are close to sanctuary cities. They're just not declared, which means that they are essentially not asking illegal aliens or anybody that they stop or arrest or anything where they're from or what they're doing here. So that's obviously wrong. We've lost countless jobs around here. There's, gangs. Oakland's full of gangs. San Francisco, San Jose. It's a mess around here as far as the illegal immigration issue goes. And most of the people around this area are just plain liberal, and they're not taking any alarm to what's going on. It's a mess here, and we would like that turned around. I guess a lot of the country would as well.
We've got a foreign lobbying group, people here waving foreign flags saying this is Aslan. And I know some of the video you shot shows that. And as Americans, we're supposed to just take our American flag shirts off and bow down and say, here's some free welfare. And the illegals vote almost to a man to anti-Second Amendment, and we're supposed to just roll over to this.
Yeah, and it's you got the Che Guevara flags all over the place, and communist flags that were in San Francisco. It's a cesspool around here, and yeah, we really need to change the problem. No administration's done anything about it or much about it. You talk about putting the additional troops on the border. All that's going to do, I mean, if you take 1,200 troops and you divide it by 4, which is basically the shift that they would be in, you end up with, instead of 1,200 or whatever, you end up with 300 troops along that border at any given time, additional with the National Guard going down. So it's really no attempt at all, you could say.
Well, Bush did this when he was trying to get amnesty. It's for photo ops.
Exactly. 6,000 wasn't even enough back then. As I said in the last Pete Stark video, we should be talking 25,000. And, Stark says, well, how long and how high would you build the fence? And I said, as long and as high as it takes. I mean, obviously.
Well, I mean, it's not like we've got Japan or Switzerland bordering us. This is one of the most corrupt, failed states in the world with 24,000 dead in the last 2 years in the drug war alone, and now they're shooting cops, killing farmers, putting hits out on police, and the federal government comes in and says, not only will we sue Arizona to block them from protecting themselves, but now we're going to support the sanctuary cities. I mean, this is treason.
Yeah, it's just totally backwards, and I know Sandi and I and the rest of the Minutemen and other folks around are just like flabbergasted as to what's going on. I mean, it seems business as usual, but yeah, you're right, exactly. They're going. The federal government is attacking the people who are trying to solve the problem and letting the people who are causing the problem get away with it.
Well, that's because they want a North American union in their own SPP documents. They say they'll use border crises to get what they want. Did you guys see the Senator Kyle video where he met with Obama and Obama told him, I like that crisis, I want to keep it going, to basically hold the people hostage to give me amnesty?
No.
Sandi, did you see that one?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I think the one that you're talking about is, yeah, where essentially he is saying that if we secure the borders right now, we wouldn't be able to have any pull to get our amnesty through, right?
Yes, and what the senator took from that is we're being held hostage, we're being blackmailed here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Congressman Stark, because watching the video, he looks like an arrogant, spoiled brat 5-year-old, and he's talking to everyone like you're 2-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandi, you want to take that one to begin with?
Well, you know, we've been doing this for 4 years, and he's always throwing out some rude comment, you know, who are you going to kill today? Like, we don't even go down to the border. We educate right here in our own backyard. And, I mean, we have a member or two, and they don't even take guns with them, you know.
But that's all part of their hoax. When it's the Mexican mafia and military killing people, it's a bloodbath, robbing the immigrants coming across the border. And then they always throw out that Minutemen are killing people, and they've got the new movie Machete coming out that's all about Minutemen murdering Hispanic children.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's obviously laughable. I mean, I don't even own a gun. You know, we're just concerned citizens is what it is. And, you know, we took a stand and you know, began calling ourselves Minutemen about 4 years ago. Yeah, because, you know, just so people know exactly what we stand for, which is border security. I've been ticked off about this problem since 1986, you know, watching what the heck's going on. And,
well, I mean, they admit that California is going into a depression, is a failed state as well, is bankrupt. And I mean, both of you, Sandi first, I mean, how much more can California take with 95% of the murder warrants out in L.A. County being for illegal aliens? I mean, I guess you're just supposed to just give everything to the illegals.
Well, right now we are. I mean, that's the hypocrisy of our government. And they're not even lifting a finger to stop it. And depending on what city you're in, it gets even 10 times worse. It's just insane. You know, we've asked Stark for years about this, and all he can say is, you know, like, we ask him, why aren't you stopping this? Why aren't you putting your votes towards it? And he's like, well, where do you get the information that I'm not? And it's like, well, it's right on your website. You prefer immigration reform and giving them amnesty. It's just,
well, that's what they do. They always deny everything.
Right. Our state cannot handle any more of this as is. I mean, Social Security's broke, but yet we're paying all their health care? It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, Mexico, I'll say it again, is a failed state. The State Department even admits that. Are we supposed to just take the whole 100 million desperate people? I mean, we're already going bankrupt. I mean, do these illegal alien supporters realize what they're doing? I mean, I saw the woman cussing at you on the video with the Aslan shirt. I mean, why would they want to make this a Hispanic-only Aslan? I mean, it's so racist, but then they call you racist.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you have to ask people, okay, if they say, well, it's okay, you know, people come south of the border, they're in, you know, hard times, destitute, they need to work and everything. And, you know, we sympathize with that, obviously.